to be able to sustain that growth and livelihood of the farmers. Religious sensitivity will hinder growth of the swine industry. I think I've explained that later. Lack of skilled manpower. Just now when I touched on the population, Malaysia has about 2 million or more foreign workers. So this industry, like the manufacturing and the palm oil and rubber industry, is very dependent on foreign workers. And this is difficult because they do come and go, and it's difficult to maintain that pool of experience or skilled manpower to manage the farms. Environmental issues is getting more and more challenging to build farms. The last we built a farms, I think we have to get something like 15 approvals from various government authorities. And of course, the last one is animal welfare. This is a new thing, partly because I think the way we are farming animals is like a factory farm. And animal welfare, especially some of our franchisors from US, are not particularly comfortable in some of these areas, and also maybe how animals are being handled to a point of processing and so on. In conclusion, this last year has been challenging for all of us, tempered with the global economic difficulties. I think fellow colleagues from neighboring countries will attest to that. More restructuring in the industry will take place. The farms will get bigger and less players and more integrated. This is a common phenomenon. And markets, I think the markets are changing fast because of Tesco, Giant, Carrefour and all that. And they will influence how especially livestock products are being marketed. And in most instances, they are also very disruptive in terms of pricing. They don't mind using chicken as one of the loose leaders. They subsidize the selling price and so on and so forth. So that seems to be setting some of the benchmark in terms of pricing in the marketplace. Hopefully, government will provide support for the industry to ensure food security for the country. On and off, the government comes back and talk about importance of food security and livestock, especially broilers, eggs, and all that. Malaysia have done well. We are totally self-sufficient. But we have to note that Malaysia is a net food importer in the world. I think in the tune of about $3 billion a year, or maybe more than 10 billion, 12 billion ringgit. So it's a net food importer. So this is one of the industry that we can say that we are exporting food to gain foreign exchange revenue. The industry must continue to innovate and increase productivity so that the products are affordable for all in order to ensure the future of the industry. I think the word affordable is very important, whether you are selling primary products or value added. I think value added, affordable to the middle class, primary, affordable to the lower class. With that, I end my presentation, a very brief update of the Malaysian industry. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kooi. We do have time for a couple of questions. Well, seeing none, I'll ask a question. Dr. Kooi, the halal project in Malaysia, how's it working out? Halal chicken.
I myself not sure. We have a few, as a company, we have sat down with the Eastern Corridor, Northern Corridor, the Pork Leg Halal Hub. But after looking at the blueprint, we were wondering who are going to be the players in those areas. So I think we are not sure. We are not sure because the amount of capital expenditure involved in such projects can be quite massive.
I've got a question for you and maybe for the people from Thailand too. How do you handle the animal waste when you end up with the confinement systems?
Okay, I'm more familiar with poultry. For the poultry industry, when it comes to processing, all the wastewaters will be treated. it's mandatory to treat them because the Department of Environment is very strict on that. So we do invest a lot of money in that wastewater treatment. The other byproducts, waste products like feathers, blood, and all that are being rendered, into a mixed poultry mill. Poultry waste, some are turned into organic fertilizers. I wouldn't use the word organic anyway, turned into fertilizers and mainly for the agriculture industry.
Thank you.
Yeah, hi. Does Malaysia have any sizable dairy herd, and are there any projects to expand that sector in Malaysia?
I think there are a lot of government initiatives on that. But in terms of big corporate players, there are not that many moving into that sector. I think the activity is more into beef cattle than dairy. It's more of a lot of it are government social programs.
So you said that government is planning to do something in dairy sector.
Oh, the government is always interested to do a lot of things.
Yeah, you know, I'll chip in on this. We were approached by a government group to assist with the dairy development plan, but realistically, it's, you know, unless I see investment bankers, you know, commercial groups getting into this, it's pretty far away. Lack of land, even if there is land, there is still competition for the palm oil backed industries. So pasture-wise, almost non-existent. All right. Well, Dr. Kooi, thank you very much for excellent presentation.